So, the first week of the NBA season has begun. And man, oh man, let me tell you, these teams are playing for it. Besides the in-game tournament thing, I mean, these teams are really ramping up to kick some butt. Like they're not playing. KD was killing the chef in the first game. I mean, like they were not playing around. What's the play around with when you trying to get a chip? You know what I'm saying? When you trying to get that trophy above your shoulders, you trying to do whatever you can. The Lakers got destroyed by the Denver Nuggets. Not that the score doesn't give justice, but just the way the Denver Nuggets were just doing everything they wanted to with the Lakers in the first game. It was crazy. Then Phoenix tried to go up into the Warriors and try to dominate them. Realized that they couldn't dominate them like that, so they started to finesse them. And KD finessed the chef. He was doing this and doing that, spin moves and off one leg jump shots and taking pass. I mean, he was getting it. He was cooking. On to the next team. Let's see. The Rockets got demolished by the Orlando Magic. Just demolished. I think the Magic are very, 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 very underrated. They got a lot of young dogs on that team. Shout out to Markel Fultz. I mean, Pablo's in there. I mean, they just got a lot of different pieces that are going to come together and really, really show the league that they are there. Another game was the Atlantic Division rivals, the Knicks and the Celtics. That was a good game to watch. If you saw this game, you saw a lot of uh, great defense, really good, hard nosed defense. But Celtics came up with that W. On to the Pacers and the Wizards. My goodness, this game. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe how well oiled the Indiana Pacers are. They got a new coach, Rick Carlisle, over there. Just he putting in some work with these young players too. Indiana's another low key game, low key team that's gonna put themselves on the map. I say they're gonna be in the playoffs this year for sure. They destroyed the Wizards by like 23 points. So it's cold over here. I'm out here in the Midwest and it's snowing right now. Today is what? October 28th? No, wait a minute. It's Halloween today. It's October 31st and it is freezing right now. I hope the between kids gonna be outside doing what they do with they little bitty bags. I hope everybody be cool out there. Everybody be safe out there. Next game, the Hornets. So um, the Hornets, they don't seem as good as they did on this first game with the Hawks. They won the game, but I don't know. I think that was a fluke. Moving on to the next game, because it is cold out here. You hear me shivering. I'm freezing. Gotta warm up. Turn the heat up. Turn that heat up. Okay, so the Raptors and the Timberwolves. This was a really just defensive game to me. In my perspective, I like to see defense. Defense wins games, and that's what the Raptors and the Timberwolves were doing. They were showcasing that look, we may not have firepower, may not have, a lot of athleticism. We might not even have any superstars on our team, but we are going to make it hard for whoever comes near us. We're going to make them hard. And Toronto went out with that game by three. That was a really good game to watch too. Miami Heat and the Pacers. Boy, oh boy. I mean, not the Pacers, my bad, the Pistons. The Detroit Pistons. Another sleeper team I think is going to make a good come up. Will they make the playoffs? I don't know. I want to say they're probably going to be in in the season tournament, but I don't really think that they're going to be making any headway towards the playoffs. They could make a run, but just this by this first game against the Heat, even though they only lost by 1 point, it they look good. They do look good. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Cade looks good out there. Jaden looks good out there. Duran looks good out there. They look good, but are they going to be good enough to be able to beat these teams coming up? I don't know. We'll have to see. So then the Cavaliers and the Brooklyn Nets. Good game, really good game. We saw a lot of uh, hustle plays, a lot of defensive moves, a lot of athleticism on both of these teams. Cavaliers got them by one. Great game. Let's see what they can do though. Then we have the Grizzlies and the Pelicans. The Pelicans got them, took them out. Without John Moran on that squad, you know, they're just like, you know, a team without a leader. Even though they got your boy out there, uh, Marcus Smart. I don't know if he's. I don't know if that team is going to really follow somebody that just got into their structure. I think the coach is doing a good job by trying to keep them together. They're not trading too many pieces away. But once Ja comes back into this team, I think it's going to change everything, absolutely everything about this squad. They lost to the Pelicans, by the way. The Bulls and the Thunder. The Thunder whooped their tail. They smacked them like all they had on their team was uh, Caruso. But Caruso, boy, he's a dog. That boy, that boy is a dog. He will go after it. Is this the game that went to overtime? Cause that no, this ain't the game. But the Bulls, they did improve though. They did improve. The Thunder took them out by 20 points. Next was the Kings and the Jazz. The Kings won this game. Both these outfits look decent. They got a lot of new pieces. They're trying to figure out what's to what, who's to who. But I think the Kings are going to be something to look for, and the Jazz too. The Dallas Mavericks and the San Antonio Spurs. They're next. I think the Mavericks with that tandem they got out there with Luca and Kyrie. Man, that tandem they start to get a little stride. They start to work together. They're gonna be something else. They beat the Spurs by too many. Then you got the Clippers and the Blazers. The Blazers got took out by like a dozen, I think. They they got a lot of young players. I didn't really see a veteran player uh like really taking a hold of that team. Who was a veteran? I'll have to say it would be it's gonna be uh Grant, Jeremy Grant. He's probably their oldest player on that team. The team that has more years under his belt playing. And if that's who they got to look forward to, Jeremy Grant is a great player. Phenomenal player. I love his game. He is awesome. He came in on one of my favorite teams, my only favorite team. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe when Anthony comes back from injury, they'll be able to do something else. But I don't have too many high hopes for the Trailblazers. I think they're rebuilding. So the next day of the second day, I should say, the second day of the season, um, Philadelphia and the Milwaukee Bucks played, and that was a fantastic game. Back and forth, back and forth. The league kept changing. Um, got down to the wire with the D'Anthony Melton 3-pointer, and the buzzer went off. They lost by one. Philly lost by one. Damian Lillard cooked Philadelphia. Cooked them up so good with a nice sauce, with dipping the bread in the juice. I mean, he cooked us good like a good old chef soup. He did us bad, real bad. 39, I think believe he had like 39 points, 8 assists, something like that. He's killing it, for sure. And he's one of my favorite players, so shout out to Damian Lillard. I wish him all the luck that he can get in Milwaukee. I think him and Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to be. It's, Ooh, that's gonna be that's gonna be amazing to watch. I definitely gonna be catching a lot more Bucks games this season. Moving on to the Lakers and the Suns. So, uh, well, how do I say this? LeBron is still killing it. I mean, the man is still yamming the ball with one hand on a fast break. He's still doing that. There's nothing that's gonna stop him right now except a brick wall, really. They beat the Suns by 5. Um, D Book was doing his thing. He was getting out there. KD was doing out there. Um, I'm not. Um I don't think Bradley Beal played this game. Was it this game or the previous? I think it was that game. That man, when they get Bradley Beal out there, it might change. But it is what it is. Moving on to the third day of the season, the Nuggets and the Grizzlies. That game, let me tell you, they Memphis picked it up a little bit. They picked it up a little bit and they said, you know what? We're not gonna be bullied. We're not gonna be bullied. We're not gonna be, taken advantage of because John Morant, the playmaker, is not on the court. So we're gonna do what we can do. And they did great. They did phenomenal. But then Mr. Triple Double, he did his thing and the Denver Nuggets won by 4. So the Pistons and the Hornets. Like I said, the Hornets, I don't know. It's really weird. I don't want to say that they're going to be horrible this year, but I just think that they're up to something. I think that they're up to something. They just signed LaMelo to a ginormous contract. Excuse my dog Kobe. Kobe is tempting the people outside. So shout out to the people outside killing this podcast right now. But yeah, shout out to LaMelo. Congratulations on that contract. Um, but are the Hornets gonna make the playoffs? Nah, they gonna show out in the in season tournament in a couple of weeks. They're gonna show out on that, but because they're fresh, they're young, they're hungry. But will they make the playoffs? I don't know. I don't think so. I think they will get pummeled by Detroit at the end of the season. But the Pistons did beat them by almost a dozen points. Um, well, I think it was a dozen points, something like that. But go ahead, Detroit. The Pistons, they gonna show up and show out because they hungry too. They tired of losing. They tired of losing. They got Monty Williams at that coaching position. They want to win now. They want to do something to something. And the next game, the Celtics and the Heat. So at this point, the Celtics have won both their games, their home opener and their the next game. The Heat, mm, are they heartbroken because of they didn't get Damian Lillard or what? Like what exactly is going on with Miami? They're not showing too much of nothing right now. So moving on, they lost by the way to the Celtics. Moving on to the next game, which was the Knicks and the Hawks. Wonderful game. That game was scratch out brawl. Trey Young, oh my gosh, he just he's just different for real. He's just different. Same thing goes for uh uh just the Knicks period. Everybody on that Knicks team has something to give. They just got to figure out how to give it to them. Because most of the time they just fast break somebody that jarred the ball loose. They run it, boom, they hit it. Or it's a scrambled up play. Somebody getting in there throwing it up there and it's going in. Like once the Knicks get some cohesiveness and know whose role is this, boom, 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 they could probably do something. But right now, they don't know their role. Let them know their role, and I think they'll be on a good little streak. They won by 6. The Rockets and the Spurs. All right, we got a Texas showdown here, and it went to overtime. It was a Texas showdown, and the Spurs got their first dub at home with Wimby. He was doing great. I think he showed up ready to prove something. It's in front of the fans, so he had to show up and prove something. They was just throwing him stuff in the air. He was just banging it and passing it. I mean, he was doing the thing. He 7'5" like that is, man. How is the air up there? Is it thinner? Is it heavier? Can you breathe okay? I mean, could you imagine how much fluid you gotta drink a day just to keep that whole entire body just loose? Jeez, Louis. They won by 4 points. Good job. We're going back to the Bulls and the Raptors. Bulls won in overtime. Um, that was a crazy overtime, man. It was fun to watch. It was um, the fourth quarter and the overtime turned into um, the what's my guy's name? Man, what happens when you doing a podcast on your own? Your boy, your boy from California, uh, DeMar DeRozan. That man, woo, he kept getting free throws, missing free throws, getting fouled, missing this for this. Oh man, and then what happened? Caruso. Like I said, Caruso for three. Win the game. Good job. The Bulls are up 1-2 games. Next game is the Mavericks and the Nets. I guess Kyrie might have been like, you know what? You gotta put the business on your old team. You got to. It's just, I mean, how many points did Kyrie have? 'Cause he just, I don't know. That team didn't seem nowhere near close. But if you look at the score, you would think it was a close game, but it really wasn't. He has 17 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. I mean, of course, Luka had 49 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. I mean, but I don't know. When I seen Kyrie doing his thing, I said, "Oh Lord, the man is getting it." Like he's good. I love me some Kyrie Irving. Keep it up, homeboy. The Mavericks won by 5. The Nets are still a goose egg in the win column. The Clippers and the Jazz. The Jazz beat them by 2 points. Um, I just suggest you guys go grab this, um, grab this replay and watch it. This was a really, really good game. Um, buzzer beater down to the wire type game make me nervous. Like, oh, I'm surprised I don't have ulcers. Cause, woo, make you just you don't know what you're gonna do. You don't know what you're gonna do. Like they gonna pass you the ball through the TV and you just gonna take it from the team. Whew, go watch that replay. It was great. So the Warriors finally got that 500, beating the Kings. Beat them by about 8 points. Um, I mean, what can you say? Chef is chefing. He's chefing. He's now starting to be. It seems like in this season, these only 2 games he's played, he's starting to pass a little different. Like he's breaking defenses down because they know what he can do behind the line. When he starts to drive, they don't know what to do. He's gonna pass it. He's gonna do it. So he just is off the hip. I'm gonna throw it up to the basket, or I'm gonna pass it out to somebody. He has Chris Paul out there, so Chris Paul's doing his Chris Paul thing. That's what happens when you try to make these super teams. Some things might come together, some things not. I mean, he did have 12 assists. What did your boy have? 41 dang points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals. Chris Paul had 3 steals. Looney had 3 steals. I mean, Steph Curry, man, 41 points. That man he's phenomenal. My nephews love him. He's phenomenal. They're at 500, so are the Kings. So the Blazers and the Magic. The Blazers lost. They're a goose egg still. They lost by 5. Shout out to the Orlando Magic. Day 4. Day 4 was how could I say? Day four. Day four was a reckoning game for the Philadelphia 76ers. They lost by 1 point to the Bucks. They said, you know what? We're not going to do this. We're not going to do this. We about to show up and show out. So they beat the brakes off the Raptors, which their coach Nick Nurse used to coach for. So, them winning their first game against that team was pretty decent. I think it was a way of the players showing that, you know what, we got a hold of this. Bump the drama, bump the chaos that the media is trying to stir up with them. Let's go out there and play our game. And they did, and they looked beautiful. Tyrese Maxey, he's an all-star, period. I know there's only been 3 games, but he's an all-star. You got to know this. You got to know this. This puts Philadelphia at 500 when they beat the Raptors. Total Raptors up by 7, but it was way, 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 way worse than that. They had a little bit of a back and forth game, but Philly came out in the third and fourth quarter and really put the works on them. Just started shooting shots. It was ridiculous. It was wonderful. It was wonderful to watch. Wonderful to see this team really striving through the complexities of the media putting all this shade on them. Embiid had like 30 some points. I think almost had triple double, 9 rebounds. Yeah, 8 assists. He had a steal. Your boy Tyrese Maxey had 34, 6 and 7 with a steal. I mean, they was doing a thing. Shout out to Tobias Harris. First of all, he not leaving for no crumble cookie. Y'all need to just don't let that be. He had 15, 2, 2, and 2, and 2. 2 blocks, 2 steals, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, and 15 points. And all of what? How many minutes did he play? 35 minutes. The man is out there just playing. I think he's enjoying this type of setup that Nick Nurse has him on. He just looks like he's having a good time. He's blocking shots. I mean, not just blocking shots. He's blowing up. Get your stuff out of here. Every time I see him block, get your stuff out of here. Get out of here. D'Anthony Melton, he had a bad game in the first game, so he came out and showed up. So y'all not going to be doing my team like this. They're going to not re-sign me. Paul Reed was out there just snatching rebounds down. It was a great game. Great win for Philadelphia. The next game was Pelicans and the Knicks. Pelicans, again, showing their defense. They held the Knicks to under 90 points, beat them by 9. Pelicans are undefeated, by the way. At this point of the season, I'm Saturday, 4th, 5th game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Something like that. So on to the next game, the Wizards and the Grizzlies. The Wizards now put themselves at 500 by beating the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are having a goose egg. They're 0-2, 3, something like that. They're missing their general. He's down for 20, 25 games. They're missing their general. Triple J. He out there doing what he can, but I mean, he's not used to making his own shots. He might have probably wanted to work on that at his off season so that he'd be able to compensate for John not throwing him the ball. But he had 16, 5, 2, 1, and 1. I'm reading points, rebounds, assists, steals, blocks. Desmond Bain, he did his thing. He was shooting like the rim was just calling him. He may not have been making a lot of them, but he was shooting. He was like, I'm out here, y'all. It's turkey, y'all. But hey, the Wizards got him. The Bulls and the Pistons again. Look at the Pistons. Pistons beating them by 16 points. The Bulls don't know what they're doing. I told you, the Bulls is going to let go of some assets. And it could be that Zach LaVine to Philly because James Harden, early 30 in the morning, got traded to the Clippers with PJ Tucker. Loved him, but they also took the rookie from um, from another country, Petrovic. I think that's his name, Philippe Petrovic. They took him, and Philly got like some picks, and they got Robert Covington, they got Nicholas Batum, they got Marcus Morris Senior, they got the boy, the man, what the whole package was about. KJ Martin. I think KJ Martin. I loved his dad. Kenyon loved him. So of course I got my eye on his son. His son is killing it. His son's a dog, and I hope that if they have the assets to go get um, Levine, do so. But let's try to keep KJ though. Try to keep KJ if possible. They picked up a whole bunch of second round picks, unprotected first round picks. Morey definitely won this trade. He definitely won this episode of the NBA Drama 101. Um, James where he wants to be. How is him and Westbrook gonna act and work together? They tried it already in Houston. It didn't work. So what makes them think that uh, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, and uh, Russell Westbrook, and PJ Tucker gonna work out? Like, how you think that's gonna work out? Really, to me, that seems real clogged up, real either super spaced out or super clogged up. I don't see no middle in that dynamic for sure. Yeah, they might got some young guys, out there, but I don't think it's going. I don't think it's gonna be what they think it's gonna be. So the Bulls got beat up by Pistons. The Pistons are over 500. Good job. Um, I really think the Bulls are about to make a change. They are 1-2. They're gonna make a change. They're gonna either give up DeRozan or they're gonna give up Levine. Philly, I'm sure will take either one of them players. DeRozan is ridiculous in the mid range, ridiculous. And besides Tyrese Maxey, who else we got shooting in the mid range on Philly? Who else? What? D'Anthony? D'Anthony's a 3-point shooter. Kelly Oubre. Matter of fact, shout out to Kelly Oubre. He out there playing. He said, "Oh, y'all ain't want to pick me up in the off season? Got you, got you. We finna win a chip, and I'ma play like we defending champions." Cause he playing his tail off. Shout out to Kelly Oubre Jr. You doing your dang thing. I love it. I'm loving it for sure. I'm loving it. I've always liked Joe game, and it's just better. It's just better being on my squad for sure. Yeah, I'm a Sixers fan, and am and is. What you got something to say? Then say it. We can talk about this for sure. Um. So yeah, I think the Bulls is ready to move on from their players. Next game was the Pacers and the Cavaliers. Now, see, I may not be. I'm just doing the first week. I may not be doing this every week or whatever. As far as like reading off the scores and talk about team by team, I'm gonna start talking about who's out there after 5 games. You already know who really is gonna be shining for sure. Like you could pretty much put players and teams at their level, their all star level, their playoff level. So after 5 games, yeah, I'm gonna say that after 5 games, you're gonna know what teams are cohesive and what teams need to do something else. Trade deadline is what at the end of December, so I'm just saying what I'm saying. I'm saying it, boy. So the Pacers and the Cavaliers, the Pacers destroyed them, beat them bad. They beat them bad. They wouldn't have no pace, but the W pace. They beat them up by what? 22? 22 points. They're 2-0. They're undefeated right now. The next game, the Timberwolves and the Miami Heat. Well, let me just say, the Timberwolves kept their defense intact and kept their opponent under 90. Well, they got 90, so 90 or below. They scored 106. So they're at 500. I think Cat is going to be moved this season. I think he's wasting his talent amongst, you know, playing against Gobert. I mean, Cat. If he came to the East Coast, he probably they'd love him in New York. I think. I think it'd be great for his career. Uh, he'd be in the Atlantic Division with the Sixers, the Celtics, the Nets, and the Raptors. So, I mean, what you gonna do, Cat? What you gonna do? I don't know if he's the type of player to be like, look, trade me. You know what I'm saying? You got Edwards here, you got Gobert here, you got these young guys. Let me go somewhere that's really gonna utilize me the way I need to utilize him because he's the dog too, and he wants to win. The Jazz got beat up by the Suns. I think this is the game that Bradley Beal came out. Let's see. Did Bradley Beal play in this game? Let's check those box scores, people. And they're going to tell us everything we need to know. Kevin Durant had 26. Eric Gordon had 21. Let's see. I don't see. I don't see him on here. What the heck? Did he play or not? Nurkic had 10 points. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Come on, Nurkic, you better than that. I mean, dang, did anybody play on the Suns? I mean, what the heck? Where's Book? I don't even see Book stats. I don't even see Book stats. Did he not play? Because y'all got cooked. D Book should be a starter. He's not on there, so I guess D Book didn't play. I didn't catch this game, as you can tell. So they beat the Jazz by 22 points. Ooh. So I guess they didn't need them. On the Sunday's game, the Sixers played the Trailblazers. And guess what happened? Yeah, Philadelphia destroyed them. Mollywopped them. Beat the brakes off of them, you heard? I mean, whew. They came over to Philly, in Philly house, on their home opener, finally. They had 2 away games and then finally a home opener. Why they doing Philly like that, I don't know. But it is what it is. And they put them on a 2-game win streak. Let me see. Tobias had 24 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 2 blocks. The man was cooking. He was out there talking about, give me the ball. Joel was passing so well. Oh my gosh. I think he only had like 1 turnover. He did the darn thing. He really did the darn thing. For some reason, Joel Embiid is missing free throws. We're going to have Troll on here. Give him his thoughts about this game here in a second. Let's see. He had 35, 15, 7, 2, and 6 blocks. Killed them. Just smacked him in the face. Maxi, 26, 10, 4. He was doing his stuff this. They just put a smackdown on the Trailblazers. Like, oh, Damian Lillard tripled from the first game, so we just gonna do y'all like that. At first quarter was a little back and forth. Trailblazers got out to a good start. Second quarter, it was back and forth, a point here, 2 points there. The third quarter came up after halftime. It was like they drank some Gatorade, got fueled up, they ate some chocolate or something. I don't know, but they came out there so energized. I love seeing Philly players like that. And Kelly Oubre, oh my gosh, that boy. I can't say nothing bad about him. 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 steals, 1 block. I can't say because he gets out there and he plays like I may not play again. I may get waived. I may get traded. I may this, that. Let me play like every game is my last. And that reminds me of Allen Iverson. Like, Allen Iverson, he didn't care what was going to happen. He didn't care if it was the last game of the season. He was going to put it all out there and rest later. because he was gonna do that thing, and that's what Kelly Oubre gives me, that kind of energy. It's just great energy. And now that they done got rid of the baggage, they done picked up a defensive player in RoCo. They got Batum with the 3 point, red eye, green shot, fast, just killing it. Oh, here goes Troll. Here goes Troll. Hey, how you doing over here, Troll? How'd you feel in that last game that you played on Sunday?
Well, I just play my game. I want everybody to see that I'm the most dominant player on the court at all times. Even when I'm not playing, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh well, yeah. I see what you're saying, but like, you had like 6 blocks. Like, was you on a mission to be the defensive stopper, or what was going on?
I just want everybody to know that I'm the dominant player out there on the court. Even when I'm not playing, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? I'm reigning MVP. I'm just doing my job. You know what I'm saying? It's something I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? My teammates, they count on me.
Yeah, they do. They count all your points up, all your blocks up. You even passing the ball better this year. Like, what's giving you the drive to be more of a facilitator?
Well, when they triple team me, quadruple team me, you know what I'm saying? They open, so I gotta get it to them. I say, do what you do. I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna get you the ball, and that's what I did. Cause I'm the most dominant player on the court. Even when I'm not playing, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying that you just did a real good job that night, and I wish you and your ball club even more success down the road. You think a ring is in your future?
Well, I just got married, so it was in the future, but it's in the past, it's in the present too. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think we can do it. The team is really good because I'm the most dominant player on the court. Even when I'm not playing, I'm playing. You know what I'm saying? I gotta go out there and do my job. They expect me to be good, so I'm gonna be great.
You are all right. Well, thank you for stopping by. I really appreciate you spending your time on this cast with me. And where MVP again? How about that?
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's my job right there. I'm gonna do what I gotta do to get my team to the finals, and I'm gonna win both of them. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna both of them jobs right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Well, you have a great season this year, and come back and holler at me whenever you're ready. But I'll see you. I'll see you on Thursday. You play Thursday, right?
Yeah. I'll be there because I'm the most dominant player on the court. You know what I'm saying? When I'm not playing, I'm playing. You know.
Yeah. You said that a couple times. But have a good night, and I'll catch up with you later, cuz.
All right, man. All right. Yeah, because I'm the most dominant player out there. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do my job.
Do your job, bro. All right. So back to this list. We got the Nuggets and we got the Oklahoma Thunder. Guess how that team game went, guys? Yeah, they got destroyed. They got beat up like by 30 some points. Like they got they got knocked out. The Nuggets was 4-0. So we got the Atlanta Hawks and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Atlanta Hawks won by 17. I basically read an article that said Damian Lillard said that it's just a game. Like he not playing any game harder or less harder. He just playing. It's a game. He trying to go out there and do as best he can, and win some, you lose some. Hopefully they lose more to Philly, but they win some, they lose some. Your boy, they have 50% or 5,500. I'm saying Atlanta, and that's the next game. The Houston Rockets and the Golden State Warriors. They won by 11. No, did they win by 11? Yeah, they won by 11. So the Warriors are trying to show out. They're 3-1 now at this point in the season, and the Rockets are 0-3. What will they do? They got a lot of picks. They got a lot of assets. They got a lot of young players. Like if they can unload some of those to help out Dylan and your boy. Dang, his name always kills me. Fred Van Fleet. Here we go. I love me some Fred Van Fleet. I even like Dylan's defense. But these young players, they all are like superstars in high school and college. You know what I'm saying? They want that. They want uh that ball. But these two players in the backcourt gotta let them know, hey, y'all, we need to do it as a team. It's no I in team. But like the late great said, there's an I in win. So give me the ball. You know. Next game. Let's just move on to the next game. The Kings and the Lakers. Now this game went to overtime, and it was a brawl. Like nobody wanted to give up. Everybody seemed gassed. Everybody seemed gassed. It was 132 to 127. Like they wasn't even playing defense. They was just whoever shoots the last basket is probably gonna win. For real. For real. Moving on to the next game, the Clippers and the Spurs. Spurs got destroyed. They nearly lost by 40 points. My goodness. They did lead by 40. They lost by 40. How many? Let me see what Wimbenyana did. I mean, the boy's a rookie. You can't expect too much from him. He's not LeBron. Come on, man. He ain't LeBron. Come on, man. He an alien, though, but he ain't LeBron, cuz. Wimbenyana had 11 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. Okay, I know the guy's a rookie, and he may not get, you know, all the plays he thinks he needs, or he should get, because teams are going to be looking for him to get the ball, and they're going to want to crush him. But he should definitely get more than a few rebounds. I mean, you're 7'5", bro. You should definitely get way more points than this. Like a rebound, my bad, rebound. All you gotta do is get up there and get at it. Box somebody out, get up there and get at it. Like if he can get these rebounds down, I think his putbacks and passing out is gonna skyrocket, and then people ain't gonna know what to do with him. They ain't gonna know what to do with him. This is a simple fix of that, and they ain't gonna know what to do with him. Moving on to the next day, which was yesterday. The Celtics played the Wizards and dang near beat them by 20. So in this game, uh, Jaden and or not Jaden, my bad, Jason and Jalen Brown had like 30 some points. So everybody want to say, oh, their tandem isn't going to work. Well, clearly it is. If they both score 30 apiece, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? You gotta have to stop them. And when you stop them, that's when there's a problem. Oh, it's a problem. They're 3-0 now, but once you learn how to stop them, if you can stop them both, you might be able to get a W with them and keep them out of the semifinals and the playoffs. But I don't think that this tandem is bad necessarily. They got Drew Holiday. What did Drew Holiday do in this game? Let's just see that. Let's see. Drew Holiday. He did 11, 5, 3, 1, and 2. While they scored 33 and. Where are you at, Jalen? 36 and 33. They both had 6 rebounds. They both had a few assists. Jalen had 3 steals. Jason just, he just he just shot free throws. I mean, how can you say that? Like, how can you say, these two players are scoring 30 points apiece, aren't gonna win any championships or any kind of team accolade? How can you say that when they are? I don't discount Celtics at all, even though they're Philly's rival. I don't discount them because they got a good squad. Now they got Drew Holiday over there doing what he do. I mean, he did only score 11 points and assisted on 3, but he does have some good defense. Um, I mean, I don't think they should break up. I think they should ride this one out. I think they could ride this out and they could probably win a chip. Maybe not this year, maybe not next year. Maybe this year, maybe next year. I don't know. But the media always wants a tandem to get broken up. Always. The media is always stressing, oh, you can't win with two people who need the ball. Jaden, come on, man. Come on. It's just, Brown doesn't need the ball. He don't have to dribble around like Jason Tatum does. He doesn't have to dribble around. He can be cutting just that putbacks and rebounds and fast breaks. Brown is a phenomenal player. He has 1 year. I think he has 1 year over Tatum in the league, but Jason is more of a, you know, opportunist dunker or putbacker, but he's more of a shooter. He's more. You need a shot, he's gonna get it for you. You need to break up the defense, he can do that for you. I think they work great together, and they can continue to work great together if they just block out all that noise. People gonna say what they gonna say, but Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, do your thug thizzle, do your thing, and when Philly comes into town, you're going down. Oh, you got something to say? Oh, Tro got something to say. I didn't know you was still in my kitchen making a sandwich. Yeah, go ahead.
I just want to say, if Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown is on the court, I'm on the court, so I'm the most dominant player on the court, on off the court. If I'm on the game, if I'm not in the game, I'm still dominant. That's all I want to say. You got any macaroni?
No, I don't eat macaroni, but yeah. All right, cuz yeah, y'all heard it first. He's the most dominant player. On to the next game, Indiana and Chicago. They doing what they do. These are both two headstrong teams that are trying to find their way. I told y'all earlier that Indiana's a sleeper team. People gonna sleep on them. Chicago ended up getting them by 6 points, 7 points. Uh, I mean, puts the Bulls at 500. Good game. It was a good game. Um, Indiana gonna start making me cheer for them for real because they got some really good players on there, and that coach, he's a winning coach, so I might start having to cheer for them just a little bit more. Next game, Brooklyn Nets and the Hornets. The Brooklyn Nets finally get their W. It wasn't at home. It wasn't in their opener, but they finally got a game, 133 to 121. They beat the brakes off them. I'm pretty sure they was like, you know what, guys? There's too much talent for us to be losing to a tanking team. Am I saying that the Hornets are tanking? Kinda. I think that they see that they got a lot of assets, um, but they're getting older, and they don't, they can't do like they did when they had Kimball Walker on their squad and just keep bringing these picks in. Kimball breaking down and passing to him. Look what it did to Kimball. Kimball spent all his life there getting paid, but he wasn't getting nothing else. I think he got a what, one All Star jersey. I'm not sure, but they snapped the man dry. We ain't really heard nothing about Kimball Walker since he left the Hornets. He went to Boston. Then he went to the Knicks. I think, I don't know. Did he go to the Raptors? I don't know. Did he go to Zimbabwe? I don't know. But I ain't heard nothing about that man. I ain't heard about his book report, his spelling bee. I ain't heard about nothing. I mean, I hope you alright. Shout out to Kimball Walker. I hope you good, cuz. Next game, the Raptors and Trailblazers. Woo! Raptors got whooped. They got whooped. Trailblazers finally won their first game, even though it doesn't say that they won their game. It's not giving them that prop. But the score is 99 to 91. So Philly, they won. Okay, there it goes. I had to refresh it. They gave them their one game. That's all I got to say about that. So the next game was the Atlanta Hawks and the Timberwolves. Timberwolves got destroyed. Um, I ain't gonna say destroyed. They didn't get beat up, but they did let Trey just shoot and shoot and shoot. And so they scored 127 points. They was keeping all these teams under 90. Now 127 points. I mean, hey, yeah, yeah. They did what they had to do and they got the dub for y'all. That puts Atlanta at 500. So we got the Oklahoma Thunder and the Pistons. The Pistons lost by a dozen. It puts the OKC at 3-1. Young players. Chet Holmgren is back. You know, they're rolling right now. They're rolling right now, and they're I Shea Shea Gilchrist Alexander. He probably he probably is really stepping into that. Um, let's do this or let's get that. It only has to take a couple of players to just change their mindset to be like, you know what, let's do this, or what y'all think about that, or who's gonna step up, or somebody to take those reins. If you take those reins and you want to lead, you could be. I think Shea is a great leader. I think he could be even better leader if he had a veteran on his squad. Do you have any veterans on that squad? I mean, he probably is the veteran on the squad. Shout out to the Alexander family. Y'all just producing these ball players, these brilliant minds. Let's see. Next game, we have the Pelicans and the Warriors. The Pelicans finally lost the game. They are no longer undefeated. They lost by 28 points to the Warriors. Woo! Good solid, Miss Molly. Let's see. Let's see what Chef did that day. I didn't catch this game either. 42 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. My gosh. What did Paul do? Did Paul even play in this game? Did Chris Paul? Shout out to Dario. Sorry. Chris Paul, he came off the bench. He was 13 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. Who he came off the bench for? Because Draymond Green came back into the fold. 6 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 block. Yeah, they was talking about that at the beginning of the season. Everybody knew it was gonna happen. Once Draymond gets back on the squad, they gonna, let Chris Paul run that semi-starter, bench squad, and they're dominating. So, you know, Steve Kerr knows what he's doing, and he's doing the Thug Dizzle. Go ahead, what do you think, bruh? They won by 28 points, and I mean, what does Zion do? Let's see what Zion. What does Zion do? 19 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. I mean, nobody made it over 20 points on their whole roster. Not even McCollum. He had 19, 6, 5, 1. So, I mean, they were trying to work it out. Vucevic, Valanciunas had 11.63 and 2 blocks. Come on, man. Come on. That's it. Vucevic, come on now, man. You got Looney and Draymond down there. You gotta either take a poop or get off the pot. You're gonna either dominate that paint or you're gonna be a facilitator. You have to figure it out. Figure it out one way or the other. My dog again. Okay, next team is. Hold on, let's see. We got. We got the Miami Heat and the Milwaukee Bucks. The Heat got beat again. They're still 1-3. They get beat by 8 points, but I mean, you know how I feel about that. Damian Lillard is, Miami wanted Damian Lillard, couldn't get Damian Lillard. Are they sour about that? All these flavors out here, they picking salty, maybe. They could be. They could be, but their gameplay, they're just not playing good right now. I'm not sure what's going to go on with them. If they're going to get rid of some assets and pull up some assets or what, but they're not doing too well. People have learned their game and watched their game through the whole final, and they still not dominating. Next game, the Memphis Grizzlies and the Dallas Mavericks, who are undefeated, and the Grizzlies are still 0 in the win column. I went 125 to 110. They beat them up. They beat them up bad. Moving on. The Denver Nuggets and the Jazz. The Jazz lost by 8. And Denver is still undefeated. Am I a big fan of Jokic? No, not really. That's my business. Um, does he dominate? Yeah, he does. Oh, hold on. Should the troll wants to say something?
I'm the most dominant player on the court. I just want to say that.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad. He's not dominant. He's just a triple double walking. Okay, next game. The Lakers and the Magic. He's eating a sandwich. Okay, so the Lakers and the Magic. Lakers won by 3. It was a very close game. Magic is showing up and showing out. They doing the thing. Tonight, the Cavaliers play the Knicks. The Suns play the Spurs. The Clippers play the Magic, and it's about to go down. Who are my predictions? I think the Knicks are going to take over and beat the Cavaliers. I think the Suns are going to take over the Spurs. And I think the Magic is going to show the whole NBA that they beat the Clippers. And they did it with teamwork. But I don't know. That depends if James Harden and PJ Tucker is on the roster. If they're going to play tonight, I don't know if they went through their waivers or what. But will they play tonight? I don't know. Maybe that's why they traded them so early in the 30 in the morning. Maybe they might play tonight. I don't know. I'll check that game out. And we'll have to see what goes on after that. So, after all that, what do we have? We have a great NBA season to look forward to. I'll see you guys next cast. Take it easy. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode. We gonna talk about what happened last night. About last night. So, we had a few games on the docket. Wasn't many, but it was very exciting. I first started watching the Spurs game. I figured KD was gonna kill him. Started off like that. They was putting the grind into him, but it didn't hold up for long. It didn't hold off for long. Uh, Towards the end, I went back to like maybe around the third quarter. The Spurs were still getting smashed. Then I get this alert on my phone that they're on a comeback. So I go back to the game, and sure enough, snatched the ball out of KD's hand, put it in the hoop, up by 1. KD gets the ball on the other end. They all over him. Buzzer. No dub for the Suns. Suns got handled by Wemby and the Spurs. That was great. That was great. I also watched the Cavaliers Knicks game. That was a good game. Um, Something's going on with Cleveland. I know they was down Garland, maybe even a couple other players, but Garland is one of their, facilitators. I don't know. I get this vibe from Donovan Mitchell. He just got traded there, last year? I get this vibe that they're not playing up to his potential. He looks a little frustrated on the court. I ain't gonna lie. He does look a little frustrated. Let's talk about this Clippers game. This was surprising. The Magic was handling them the first couple quarters, and then after halftime, all of it changed. It was like night and day. The Magic stopped playing as hard, and the Clippers started playing harder. Especially Westbrook. I noticed also they were talking, of course, a lot about James Harden. They showed him and PJ Tucker up in a box, eating or whatever, about to eat or whatever. I didn't see Philippe. I was like, where's Petrushev? Like, he's involved in the trade. They ain't got him up in the box. Like, that's not cool. You know what I'm saying? They do that. They talk about some people in the trade, but they don't talk about all of them. Everybody got uprooted. But it is what it is. So, dang near all this melee in the media about James Harden. I'm glad it's out of Philly. Congratulations, clap, 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 that this is done with. So we picked up RoCo. Welcome back. We picked up Nick Batum. We also picked up Marcus Morris Sr. He's a hometown boy, and we picked up my favorite out this besides RoCo. RoCo's always gonna be a favorite defender of mine. Um, KJ Martin. Now that guy right there, I think Philly's gonna love him. He just plays hard. He does his thing. He just puts it on out there. Um, Philly doesn't play until tomorrow. Today's Wednesday. The 1st of November. Oh, look at that. 1st of November. We're about to get into the winter stages now. But let's see what my prediction's gonna be for Thursday's lineup. Let's see. We have the Raptors and the Sixers on the first slot at 7 p.m. Let's see what they're gonna do. You know, they won their first game against the Raptors this season, so in the Raptors home court. So we'll see how hungry they is, how they feel like they were handled or mishandled by us, because we need that dub not only for the team but for Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse took a hold of that. He probably put his chest into it, like, let's get this one. We lost that easy one. Should have got this one. I think this is going to be a really good game. Philly's 2-1. Raptors are 1-3. They're going to be looking for a dub, a payback, revenge. They're going to be looking for that. That game's tonight on NBA TV. Also, we have the Pelicans and the Pistons. The Pistons are at 500. Pelicans are 2-1. I'm gonna go with the Pistons on this one. I know you guys are like, what? No way, but hey, I'm cheering for the underdogs. This is a dog channel. So I'm cheering for the dogs. Not that New Orleans isn't dogs, but I'm gonna cheer for the underdog. Go ahead, Detroit. And the Jazz and the Magic also follow. Jazz are 1-3. Magic are at 500. I'm gonna go with Magic. They not too happy about losing last night's game. So I think they're gonna come Thursday into Utah, and they ain't gonna play no games. They're gonna want to show up and show out. Get that above 500 again. Also, we got the Suns and the Spurs yet again, back to back on NBA TV. That's probably gonna be right after the Sixers game. Let's see if KD comes in with a different outlook. They said that Wemby's idol was KD, and he didn't want to, press the idea of, that is his opponent still. But you can't help but to just be like awestruck, like, oh my gosh, this is Kevin Durant. And, I'm 19 years old, and I'm about to play this man at his peak. Like, this is crazy. But, it's going to be a good showing out. I might catch that game, too. So, I just wanted to get on here, talk about what the Dilly is going on. And, also tell you guys, you know what? Just because it's winter doesn't mean everybody got to be so cold. Shine on somebody, smile at somebody, wave at somebody, tell somebody what a great day it is. Even if you might be tripping about the coffee you drank early, it wasn't as sweet as you used to, or as potent as you needed to be. Say some good words to somebody. Be nice out there, people. Don't let all this flim flam get all in your way. Let's go. Episode 2 in the bucket. It's in the history books. Let's get cracking on some more. I'm going to try to get on here every day. If not, you never know what I'm going to talk about. I had Troll on here yesterday. You never know who I might bring in today, tomorrow, tonight. Never know. So let's get it cracking and let's do some work.